Meet Zoomlock, the 10-second flame-free refrigerant fitting from Parker. Reduce labor costs by 60% with no brazing, no flame, and no fire spotter. Discover how Zoomlock can help you be more efficient and productive. Visit Zoomlock.com for more information.
Those of us with dirty hands, blood stains intertwine, right away each morning to grind it out another time. The faces in the mirror, and not as young as they once were, but they're proud, they're proud.
All right, guys, we're looking at an ICP system here that I put in 2014. It's a mobile home. It's matched up with an ICP mobile home coil. When I came out on the first service call, I thought I was low on charge, but it ended up being a TXV malfunction. My suction pressure was staying in the high 80s, low 90s. And the valve was supposed to come in late last week and it didn't, so I threw some AC Renew in it to get her through the long weekend for the holiday. My pressures do look a little bit better, but they're still not that great. The suction pressure's still a little too low, superheat's low, but she said it did do good and it got her through. But we're gonna have to go ahead and swap out this TXV, because the desired subcooling, if you look right there, is 15 degrees, and we're there at 15, but our superheat is really low and our suction pressure is really low, and we're at freezing on the evaporator. So the TXV has opened up a little bit and has started to work a little better, but still not very good. So I'm going to go ahead and pump the system down and replace the TXV because it's under warranty. All right, guys, there's our culprit right there. It'd be a bolt hole in the back. Undo the bulb. The equalization tube will be sweat, and then we'll unsweat the liquid line here. ICP mobile home coil with the screw-on fittings. I've had no issues. This is the first issue I've had with an ICP mobile home coil. I actually think this is the first ICP TXV I've had gift trouble. But the AC Renew did help a little bit, but it did not solve the problem. So we're going to go ahead and swap out this TXV.
Apocalypse, learn that guns are powerless, burn cities with a kiss. Still we have lessons to be learned. We toss and turn in beds to be burned.
All right, guys, I have the old valve out. Equalization tube, the bulb is gone. I have the new valve here. Here we go. There's the new one. All ready to go. Get it put in, and we'll do a vacuum. All right, guys, the new TXV's in. One solder joint here, and then the equalization tube. I'm gonna let this cool off. It's still a little, I mean, I can touch it, but I can't hold my finger there. And then I will strap the bulb back and insulate it. But right now, I'm gonna go start the vacuum while this pipe cools down. All right, I installed a new filter dryer, a 163S. There's the old filter dryer right here. That's the one that came with the ICP unit originally, so I went ahead and swapped it out. But anyway, there it is. I'm gonna go get the vacuum pump and start a vacuum. All right, guys, I got the vacuum going with the old Hillmore vacuum pump here. I'm a 1680 and dropping. I used the core tool. I don't know if I told y'all, but I found my kit that I thought I had left it at the other company and it got stolen, but I actually found it, and it had my original hoses and my core tools and everything. So I used the core tools with ball valves. That way I don't have to pull the traders out, and takes less time. You know, you don't have to put the cores back in and all that, but the vacuum runs just as fast to me that way. But I do put the core tools in there, that way I can blank off the system. 1580 and dropping, so we're gonna let it pull down. And a lot of guys like to tell me, oh, you pull them down too far, you can't go, you're not supposed to go below 250 because you'll mess up the oil in the compressor. Well, guys, the valve, you know, for those of you that say that, the valves are shut off. Okay, they're shut down. I'm not pulling on the condenser. I pump this unit down. So believe me, I know when I do pump a condensing unit, I usually drop it to about 350, 400 and call it good. But I'm not pulling the condenser. All I'm pulling is the line set and the coil right now. So we're gonna let that pull down. We're down in the 1400s, and then we'll release the gas. Well, I'm gonna go inside and mount the bulb right now, and then come back and check on the vacuum, and if all is good, we'll isolate it, make sure it holds, release the gas, and start it up. All right, guys, everything's done in here. Got the new valve in. Equalization tube is brazed. Got the bulb wrapped up. That's pretty much it. And she's in a good deep vacuum. It was in the 800s when I walked in here. So I'm going to go outside and check on it, release the gas, and start her up. All right, guys, the system's been back online for just a few minutes. I think at the beginning of the video we were around 103, 102 on the suction, and then by the time I cut the camera off, it had dropped in the 90s again. The subcooling's a little low. We're looking for 15. We're only at 4, but the superheat's holding really low. I may squirt a little bit of gas in there, see if I can bring that subcooling up a little bit. But you can definitely see that we're holding a better suction pressure, and our evaporator is not wanting to freeze up anymore. So the repair is successful. But I am going to go get the 410A and put just a little bit of 410A in there and see if I can bring up that subcooling at least to about 7. I know it's calling for 15, but if I can get it to 7 to 8, I would be happy with that today, because that superheat's already low enough. So the other day, when I tried to add gas to it, when I came out the other day, the head pressure and the subcooling would climb, but the suction and the superheat would never move. And that's a pretty telltale sign of a bad TXV. So I'm going to throw a little bit of gas in here.